Alright, welcome to Mr. Reed's 4th grade math lesson. Today we're going to be talking about rounding the divisor. I've got a problem already in front of us. Here we have 374 divided by 48. Now, the divisor is the number on the outside of our division symbol, in this case 48. So anytime that we're rounding the divisor, we're going to be looking at that outside number. Now, whenever we round something, the key is the number 5. If we have a number that is greater than or equal to 5, then we're going to round up to the nearest tenth. So if it's 5 or greater, we're going to round up to the nearest tenth. However, if the number is 4 or below, we're going to round down the nearest tenth. Very good. So, in this example here, we have the number 48. Now, 8 is greater than 5, so I'm going to round the whole number 48 up to the nearest tenth, which is going to be 50. Now, we're going to use 50 to help us solve our division problem here. You have to think, all right, what number times 50 gets us really close to 374 without going over? Well, in this case, the closest we can get to 50 is 7. If I take 7 times 50, I already know 7 times 5 is equal to 35. So that means 7 times 50 is 350. We just add the 0 at the end there. I can check just to make sure by looking at 8 times 50. I know 8 times 5 is 40, so 8 times 50 is 400, and that's greater than 374. We don't want that. We want the number that's less than 374, 350. So that means 7 is the number we're going to put it up on top of our division symbol here. Once we do that, we're going to take that 7, and instead of multiplying it by 50, we're going to multiply it by our 48, by our actual divisor. So off to the side here, let's do 48 times 7. We've got 48 times 7. Well, I know 7 times 8 is 56. All right. 7 times 4 is going to be 28, plus 5 is going to give me 33. So the number that I'm going to put underneath my 374 to continue the division is 336. Let's go ahead and subtract those two numbers. I'm going to have to borrow from my 7. Gives me 6, makes 4 14. 14 minus 6 gives me 8. 6 minus 3 gives me 3. 3 minus 3 gives me 0. And since 38 is less than 48, 38 is going to be my remainder. So that's the general process for rounding the divisor with a number quite like this. So let's look at another example here. I'm going to do 84 divided by 69. 84 divided by 69. Now, again, the divisor is the number on the outside. So I'm going to take a look at this number, and I'm specifically looking at the 9 for the rounding process. Now, 9 is greater than 5, so that means I need to round 69 up to the number 70. All right, and I'm going to use 70 to figure out the division of 69 divided into 84. So 70 times what gets me close to 84? Well, 70 is already close to 84. All right, so 7 times 1 is going to get us pretty close to 84. But just to check, let's do 70 times 2. Well, I know 7 times 2 is 14, so that means 70 times 2 is going to give me 140. And right away, I can see 140 is greater than 84. So that's not what I'm going to be wanting. This 1 is going to be what I need to put on top. And I'm going to multiply that 1 times my actual divisor. So I'm going to subtract 69 from that 84. Gonna have to do some borrowing again. 14 minus 9 is going to be 5, and 7 minus 6 is going to be 1, and since 15 is less than 69, my answer to this problem is going to be 1 with a remainder of 15. All right, let's do one more example just to make sure we're rocking through this. 336 divided by 82. 336 divided by 82. Well, if we look at our divisor in this example, I have a number less than 5 over here. So I actually need to round 82 down the nearest tenth, which is going to be 80. And I'm going to use 80 in my multiplication process. So I want to get as close as I can to 336. Now I don't know, but let's try a number right in the middle. I like the number 5. 5 times 80. I know 5 times 8 is 40, so 5 times 80 is going to be 400. Now I overshot it just a little bit. 400 is greater than 336. So let's try 4. 4 times 80. Well, 4 times 8, let's see, 8, 16, 24, 32. So if 4 times 8 is 32, that means 4 times 80 must be 320. So that's going to be the number I want, since 320 is close to 336, but not quite. So I'm going to put my 4 there up in the top. Now I'm going to use that 4 to multiply by 82, my actual divisor. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 4, we already went over, is 32. So that means the number I'm going to subtract from 336 is 328. Again, going to have to do some borrowing. 16 minus 8 is 8. 2 minus 2 is 0. 3 minus 3 is 0. So that means my answer is 4 with a remainder of 8. And that right there is how you divide by rounding the divisor. Thank you.